Hi, little friend. You know it's raining pretty hard outside, don't ya? That could really throw a damper on our day. But I got some good news for you. You and I, in a couple hours, are going to go over to your buddy Kevin's house, and we're going to watch football with Kevin today. Do you want to go too? They can't see your tail wiggling, jaw. Do you want to go too? You do, don't ya? Hi. Hi. Honk. I almost Mr. Miyagi'd you from Karate Kid 2. Honk. You don't care, do ya? Well, good morning, Lionhearts, from Hollywood, California. It's your friend Jordan the Lion. And you already met your buddy Jaw. You saw him once for today. I just decided to bum it. It's raining pretty hard outside. For once, I beat Mother Nature. Yesterday, when they were having all the protests downtown, I took advantage of the lack of traffic, and I looked at the weather forecast, and I saw it was going to pour today. I knew I was going to go hang out with Kevin and watch some football, so I went ahead and did an extra vlog for you. I went right down the road to the Troubadour, and you're not going to believe this. The story that I tell you, who we end up seeing, it's just another day in my wacky life, and I'm always so happy that you guys came to experience it with me. If you wouldn't mind, give it a thumbs up or a like when you watch this video, and hopefully we'll get more people watching, and it'll be even more fun from here on out. It's raining pretty hard, so I gotta go to the grocery store. Luckily the grocery store is only like a block away. So let's suit up, and you guys are going with me. I don't often pull out an umbrella. I'm one of those people, I don't mind to get wet, but it's been raining pretty hard, and yeah, I'm going to be that guy today. I'm going to be the guy with the umbrella. Oh yeah, that's what my future looks like today. Look at all that rain. Oh, by the way, guys, I really wanted to say thanks again because I woke up today and the video had already had over 100 views, and it was like 8 o'clock. And all the comments were just super positive. Once again, you guys were all like just showing support and telling me how much you enjoy the videos and how much you enjoy the positivity, and that just helps breed more positivity. So thanks a lot, guys. You guys really make it worth it. Well, here we go. Oh man, and to boot, it's windy, so I just got a big gust of wind and my umbrella just did the upside down mushroom on me. Oh dang, what am I doing? I just remembered Michael bought me that poncho when we went to the Rams game. What am I doing with this thing? Darn. Well guys, we are gonna have a fun one now because where I'm taking us to right now is the world famous Doug Weston's Troubadour. We're going to be passing Dan Tana's to get there. If you guys have ever heard of Dan Tana's, I'm going to cover that someday. Not today, because I'm not even covering the full history of the Troubadour today. Just one particular night. And luckily for me, the sun's not too bad right now, so I'm not getting too much of a glare. There's the legendary Dan Tana's. Well, here it is. Now this is the site of where a lot of extremely famous bands got their start. The Eagles, Joni Mitchell, the Ramones, countless bands have called this place home. And in the 1970s, this was a real happening place for people to come and just unwind and chill out. And one night during what John Lennon called his lost weekend phase, which if you don't know, there was a period in 73 and 74 for 18 months where John Lennon was separated from Yoko Ono and he was living with another woman. And during that time period is when John came to Los Angeles and he was really forming a friendship with Harry Nilsson. And these two became best friends. I mean, it's almost scary how good of friends they became. And during this period also when John Lennon produced Harry Nilsson and Ringo Starr's records. But one night they came here for a big happening. The Smothers Brothers were going to be doing a kind of a reunion comeback show here. And that was the night that John Lennon was introduced to a brandy Alexander. It was a mixture of brandy and milk, and it's something that was Harry Nilsson's favorite drink, and they came here and they got drunk and they started heckling the Smothers Brothers for fun. So much so that basically a riot kind of broke out, and John Lennon, well, the security came and started trying to remove John Lennon because he was heckling so bad, but Harry Nilsson was too. And when the reports came out the next day, when the media covered it, they really only kind of gave the worst of it to John Lennon. But the security decided to come and try and remove them, and John Lennon lost his glasses in the scuffle and started just swinging at people. And a woman that worked here claimed that John Lennon had hit her. So she ended up trying to sue him, and during this whole altercation, the lovely, lovely actress Pam Grier was here, and Pam Grier just happened to be standing nearby. And she got ejected as well, so the next day John Lennon and Harry Nilsson had to send flowers to the Smothers Brothers and apologize, and they also had to write Pam Grier an apology note. Now this was also the night that during this event, while they were screaming at the Smothers Brothers, John Lennon and Harry Nilsson challenged each other to see who could scream louder, and Harry Nilsson screamed so loud that he blew out his voice and ended up not being able to sing for a long time. Now, John Lennon claims that he didn't hit anybody, that he was only hitting guys, but the Smothers Brothers actually said, well, he lost his glasses because one of the wives of the Smothers Brothers, she retrieved the glasses, and they said, you know, once his glasses were off, he couldn't tell who he was swinging at. So they both got bounced from the club, thrown out of here, and that was kind of a legend was born. And that was actually the very last night that John Lennon realized that night. It was like, hey, it's probably time to calm down, chill out on some of the behavior. Now this door right here actually takes you into the bar area, and this is where the bar and the merch sales and everything happen, and then the actual entrance to the club is that door right there. But you know what's funny is that John Lennon ended up paying off the waitress who was accusing him of assaulting her, because what he said was, he's like, you know what, she just saw an easy way to get a payday, and I was afraid it might interfere with my immigration status. But like I said, one of the Smothers Brothers actually took credit for the fight and said, you know, like, we didn't really help anything either, because when they started heckling us on stage, we were engaging them, and that's always a sign that it's okay for people to heckle, is if you engage them and you start talking back. So they even said that the whole incident was blown out of proportion. And like I said, so a legend was born. And I am a huge Harry Nilsson fan, so when I heard this story, I always just thought it was really cool. But this was, you know, back in the day, this was, the Eagles performed here, Linda Ronstadt, Jackson Browne, pretty much anybody who is anybody. It became a fixture in the punk scene, became a fixture for Guns N' Roses and all the 80s metal bands, and at one point they were actually talking of shutting it down. Thank God they didn't. Now I'm going to try and get across the street and just give you a bigger view of the whole place, but I just wanted to tell you guys today for the vlog, I thought it'd be fun to share that Harry Nilsson, John Lennon Lost Weekend story and the night of the Brandy Alexanders. Well, the section I was going to stand in, they're doing a lot of work, as you can tell. So I'm going to stand on this little grate thing right here and show you. There it is. Doug Weston's Troubadour. Now what's funny about that whole story was that it wasn't but maybe a month or two before that, John Lennon had had another incident here with a waitress where he got hammered and was getting belligerent, and that night he actually came in with like a surgical napkin taped across his face. So when he decided to leave, apparently the bar hadn't been charging him, or they'd been charging him very little. And if you know anything about the bar industry, when they don't charge you, they expect you to kind of make up for that with a tip. And he was leaving without tipping, which is, I've been in the industry long enough of like knowing people that work in the bars and stuff, and celebrities, that's pretty common for them not to tip. And he'd been in here, didn't tip, and was leaving, and she said something to him, and he turned around and said, don't you know who the F I am? And she said, yeah, you're some a-hole with a napkin taped on his face. And so he was already on thin ice before the whole incident with Nilsson, but that just pushed it over the edge. Right here in this Bentley is Gene Simmons. I hope you guys were able to see Gene Simmons. I couldn't get a real good view on the viewfinder because of the glass on his car, but I was crossing the street and I looked over and that was him driving by. I'm like, I know people would love to see that if I can get that on camera. So, if nothing else, you saw his white Bentley. Boy, it really decided to open up today. Guys, it is pouring. It is pouring bad. Woo! I think we're in Miami right now. We came over to Kevin's and it's still pouring. It's pouring so bad that all of the sidewalks entering into his place are all flooded. The streets are flooded. His apartment's flooded again. What the heck is going on, Los Angeles? Look at all that. That whole sidewalk is flooded. It's about 2 or 3 inches deep. And it's actually so bad that I had to walk inside the pool and hope I don't fall in just to not walk through all the water. And there's even a big pile of it here. Kevin officially has a pool going on in his kitchen. That's insane. For as much as we pay in Los Angeles and landlords can get away with having stuff like this, well, you guys will be glad to know that John, I made it home safe. And somebody wanted me to wear my Swedish jacket. I actually was already wearing it today, so there you go. Yeah, on the way out to Kevin's house, there was like a little bit of a traffic jam, and when we got closer to it, there was a car flipped up on its side. And then when I got to Kevin's, his entire neighborhood was flooded out, his apartment flooded out, and then we noticed there were flash flood warnings. So I don't know what's going on with Los Angeles, but probably like a decade ago when I was out here, we had something like this, and all of a sudden like Laurel Canyon and some of the canyons, they started having really massive rock slides. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I don't know if it's going to keep raining. I haven't really checked the weather. I was supposed to work tomorrow, but they ended up canceling it because of the weather. So I don't know what we're going to do. If the weather's really bad, I don't know what I'm going to vlog, but I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. I know that you guys always count on me to bring you something interesting, and I hope you got it today. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed that story today. I was driving by the Troubadour and the other day, and I was like, you know what, I really want to do that Harry Nilsson. I'm a huge Harry Nilsson fan, and just one of the best songwriters of all time, and to hear those crazy stories about that place, I just thought you guys would enjoy it. So, from Hollywood, California, this is your buddy Jordan saying, have a good night.